Hey guys, and welcome to another video here on our channel, The Guide. I'm Benjamin, also known as Tess, and today I have some sort of a different kind of video, as you can already see, because I want to pick up on a discussion which sparked in the last couple of days. Lengthy, AcceleRATE, the architect chemistry style. There's a lot of hype, but also confusion about it. You read about it on Twitter and Twitch live chats, or you hear about it in YouTube videos. And maybe you're still a little bit unsure what this actually means. And this is what I'm here for. I'm going to explain what this is all about and how you can make use of it. And I think it's fair to say that this guy here started this whole discussion, because Haaland is not only tearing up the Premier League, but also the FIFA community, because he has the acceleration type lengthy. And some people noticed, well, Haaland seems to be very strong in FIFA 23. Maybe it's because of his acceleration type lengthy. And first, I'm going to explain what this actually means. So here we're looking at the gameplay deep dive, which is a pitch notes article from EA. You can find the link to it in the video description. And the new feature, AcceleRATE, is explained. First of all, what is quite important, this is exclusive for next gen. So only PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and also PC. If you're playing on old gen, this doesn't apply. It's not part of the game, and everything that we talk about in this video is not happening for FIFA 23 on old gen, only for next gen. And AcceleRATE introduces 3 acceleration types. The controlled one, which is basically like the default, the basic one, the normal one. Explosive, and for those kind of players, it's the case that they are faster at the beginning when they start to sprint, and later on they will tend to slow down. And then you have the lengthy one. And for those players, they are a little bit slower at the beginning of their sprint, and then later on they're able to accelerate better and tend to catch up later in their sprint. And the assignment of these 3 acceleration types is dependent on attributes. And basically you have 3 main or 4 criteria: agility, strength, the height of the player, and also the acceleration attribute. So if you're looking at the explosive acceleration type, the player has to be rather slow, below 180 centimeters or equal to that. And then it's about the relationship between agility and strength. Agility minus strength has to be 15 or higher. So this is the case for players who have high agility and lower strength and are not as tall. And then we have lengthy. And for those kind of players, they have to be rather tall, like taller or equal to 174 centimeters. And then strength minus agility has to be 14 or greater, meaning you have this is the acceleration type for players who have high strength and low agility. And if none of those criteria for explosive or lengthy apply, and the player doesn't fulfill those criteria, he then end up to be controlled. Like, this is the default one. If you're not explosive, if you're not lengthy, you will be controlled. And then you also have this video here from EA itself, in which you see those 3 acceleration types in action. You have Messi with explosive, you have Marquinhos with controlled, and Kimpembe with lengthy. And here you see the difference. Messi is much faster at the beginning, and then later on Kimpembe catches up as longer the sprint goes. I think this example can be a little bit misleading, because you don't know exactly how the pace of the player itself is, because this is also something that has an influence, but it gives you an understanding or a picture of how these acceleration types work. Now we're coming back to Haaland, and he has the lengthy acceleration type. And this is because he is quite tall, he is really tall. He has low agility and high strength. So strength minus agility is greater than 14 in that case. So this means he has lengthy. And as I said in the beginning, a lot of people said, well, seems like Haaland is pretty good right now in this game. Maybe it's because he has lengthy, and also a lot of other center backs have lengthy, and this gives him an advantage, because he won't be easily caught up by other center backs, since he has the same acceleration type than the center backs. This is the whole idea behind it, at least what I've understood from it. And it seems like lengthy seems to be a really, really good acceleration type right now. This is the basic idea. And now coming to the chemistry styles, you look at players, for example, Benzema. He is controlled. You see this here, like this is, by the way, Footbin. It's also linked in the description, but there are other sites as well where you can look this up. He is controlled. And now if you apply certain chemistry styles, which lead to the fact that strength is going to be improved in contrast to agility. So for example, the Architect chemistry style gives plus 15 on strength and nothing on agility. And then you can see his chemistry, like not his chemistry style, his acceleration type is changed to lengthy. Like this is why Architect is discussed a lot about, because it gives plus 15 on strength, and this helps quite a lot to get more players to the lengthy chemistry not chemistry style, the lengthy acceleration type. So that's why a lot of people talk about Architect, because it helps quite a lot of players to get to lengthy, since it gives the maximum on strength. And also, like, there is this German pro who claims there's still also a bug with the Architect chemistry style, that it also still gives like better dribbling and so on. Like, I won't comment on that in this video, because like I feel like this is a whole different debate. But just talking about Architect in terms of strength, it gives the maximum on strength, and therefore it can help to shift players to the lengthy acceleration type. And this obviously works for quite a lot of players. In that case, like Benzema has 80 pace overall, and now the idea would be with a lengthy chemistry style, he feels faster because he's going to benefit from the lengthy acceleration type. And then you have players, and I think Rui Costa is a very interesting one, and I'm going to tell you later on why I had this idea, why I thought about this player. So he is controlled from the beginning, and also with the Architect chemistry style, you can change it to lengthy, since now strength is much higher, agility keeps the same, and it's above the threshold for the lengthy acceleration type. But then you also can get him to the explosive one with the Artist chemistry style, because vice versa, Artist gives plus 15 on agility and strength stays the same. So now he also fulfills the criteria for the explosive acceleration type. So very interesting card that you can get him to all three acceleration types: controlled, explosive, and also lengthy. So now someone on Twitter, like Spreadsheet FIFA, and I'm also going to link this tweet in the video description, did a test with Rui Costa. And I think this is something which I appreciate quite a lot. If you don't only talk about gut feelings that the player feels better with a certain chemistry style, or that he feels faster, but instead you're putting it on a test and you put some numbers in it, which is something that he did. And here you see the numbers in large. And first of all, I'm going to briefly explain what you see here. You have a differentiation between without the ball and with the ball. You have the three different acceleration types. And then you have the first part and the second part. Like, this is the distance. He doesn't say like if it's feet or meters. Like, it's not as important. Like, this is the first part, this is the second part. I think this is the most important aspect of it. And now we look at those acceleration types and how they behave. And I think what is a little bit weird when we look at without the ball is, for the first distance without the ball, explosive is slower than controlled and lengthy. Only a little bit, but it's slower. So this feels a little bit off, because explosive should be the acceleration type which is faster at the beginning and slower in the second part. So this is weird from my perspective. Like, I only can trust what he put together, but if I look at those numbers and see those numbers, this seems to be wrong. Then the second, like, is wrong in terms of it can be wrong in the game. Maybe he put the right numbers in. If that's the case, it feels like this is not the right way how it was designed. The second distance, then you see explosive is faster than controlled, which should also not be the case. And then lengthy is really, really, really fast, which should be the case. So like, the difference between lengthy and controlled, for example, is really big. So what you can see is right now, without the ball and lengthy, you have a really fast player in the second part of your sprint, like the second part of this distance here. With the ball, it's a little bit different. As you can see, explosive is the fastest one, which should be the case. But then we have lengthy, which is faster than controlled, which is also seems like not the right way. And then we have the second part of the sprint. And here, explosive is the slowest one, which is right, like how it was intended to be designed. Controlled is the fastest, and lengthy is in the middle of it. Whereas I feel like lengthy should be the fastest of all. So like these are the numbers right now. And for me, when I look at these numbers, and as I already gave away, I feel like there's something wrong right now, not rightly balanced. And I have the feeling like you have right now a lot of discussions, what kind of players, like how different they feel with different chemistry styles and how it can help to get the lengthy chemistry, like the lengthy acceleration type on the players and so on. Like it can be the case that lengthy right now might be a little bit too strong, maybe stronger than intended. And if that is the case, I feel like there will be a patch who's going to fix it. But this is only my personal opinion. I'm overall would say it's great that you now have a different way how you can change, like that there's use for players who are not as fast on paper, but with a lengthy chemistry style, they might, or the lengthy acceleration type, they get playable, which could be cool, but I think it should be rightly balanced. And from what I'm seeing here from the numbers, it seems like there's something a little bit off, not the way how it was designed. And if that's the case, this should be fixed. And this was my attempt to clear this whole discussion up and also help you to understand it when people talk about the different acceleration types and the chemistry styles, how they influence the acceleration type and so on. Now you can decide for yourself. Do you think lengthy is superior? If you want to try it out, you know what to do. Find the right chemistry style. You know what you should be looking out for. And then, as I said, you can decide for yourself. Do you want to have your players on lengthy or on controlled or explosive? You know what to do. And if this was helpful for you, please leave a like and also subscribe to our channel to not miss any of the other videos. We have great tutorial videos on our channel. So if you are eager to improve not only with the acceleration types and chemistry styles, make sure to check out all the other videos. They will help you quite a lot to understand the game on a better level. And if you're even more interested in doing that, please also check out our app, The Guide Plus. Just type it in your app store on Android or iOS, The Guide on the App Store, and then you can download it for free. We also make sure that you will have some free content available there, but there you get more helpful content, something like this, at which we explain certain concepts which help you to understand the game on a much deeper level and to improve as fast as nobody else. So that's me. That's all I have from this topic or on this topic. Keep a clean sheet. I'm out.